make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Sticking up with the cost TK to let it come see it. Pins them here, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Taylor to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Taylor, and he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now Jones. Took that in one-handed. What a grab. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing Jones. And this is incomplete. The Browns at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Off play action. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fielded just inside the 30. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that 2nd drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked out a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Rowe. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Past the 20.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. He's got a man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. He'll decide to keep this once more. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for in the defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He finds his man, complete. It's Rowe. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Jones now throwing on first down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Here's Jones on third down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones, flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Randy Gregory, his 2nd sack of the night. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are back within a score. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
On second down, it's Taylor. And some room to run that. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way home for a score. Jonathan Taylor, career touchdown number 136, tying it with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes it 21-8. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. It's Miller, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Back to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 2nd and 1 from the 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Back to throw. Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, Charles, certainly circle that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out.
Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cleveland offense ready to go. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
That'll give them 8 that time. And 3rd and 8 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you can make excuses for each and every one of them, but the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. The big man. Get the oxygen tank ready. The 40. The 20. 10. 5. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So now on comes the Browns offense as they'll try for 2 more. Now Jones, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And he will find Scott on the right side, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Throwing is Wilson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, it's Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds Corey Davis. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers and quickly.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he's brought down. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
Here's the sneak with Wilson, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Russell Wilson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Broncos have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty solid.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The Cleveland offense ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of it.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Jones on 1st and 10. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 36 yards on the play. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. And now again, the Browns, they line up for 2. Jones throwing for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Running left, Taylor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at about the 14. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string them? Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 2nd and 10, Jones firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Jones now on 3rd and 2. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Jones. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Second down, another run with Taylor. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now Jones. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Jones. He's going to let it fly. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Browns. Anthony Schwartz with his second touchdown of the night. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your...
Down the numbers. There he goes. 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
To throw is Jones. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
In motion goes the tight end. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. And there it is, the standard symbol. Taking a knee means that one team won, and the other one obviously lost the ball game. But now, that team that won is 2-2. After the first 4 games, I think they're okay with a 2-2 start. Not overly happy, but at the same time, not depressed either.
You mentioned to me breaking down a season in quadrants, so the first quadrant is kind of a check, as you said, for okay. Not great, not bad.
Yeah, right now they're just holding serve. They look forward to their next 4. Maybe they can make a surge there.
So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, he'll definitely take them.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then,